thought I could talk about sitting with discomfort. That all the challenges we go through, all the experiences we have that are challenging, that are hard, that feel like we are just struggling through them, are actually the experiences that will make you into the most incredible version of you. That your hardship, your struggle, the things in your life that you just wish were over are actually what transforms you into the most beautiful, bright, loving, caring, empowering version or character that you are meant to play out. That nothing in our life is happening to punish us, or the universe is never trying to get us back for something we did wrong in a past life or in our past, but the universe says the hardship and struggle you are going through is going to make you the most incredible receiver of all that we're trying to bring you in the future. It's going to make you the most mature and responsible version of yourself to handle greater friendship, greater romantic partnership, and it's going to make you the most empowered version of you that says, I'm not willing to settle for less than the most incredible version of life I could live, by willing to follow my dream, by not settling for a partner who's less than I think all of that I deserve, for not settling for friends who are just people I spend time with but I don't feel like I have a meaningful connection with. I'm willing to take the time to be alone, because the time we take to be alone is actually what cultivates the greatest depth, intimacy, vulnerability within us. That our aloneness almost essentially carves out within us the space to then be able to receive the most incredible people or experiences or careers or whatever you hope you want to call into your life. The aloneness is actually, the aloneness and going without is actually what helps you fully handle when you're able, when it comes into your life, or when you're going with something new that you have always hoped for, always dreamed would happen. It's the time you spent alone that created the space for you to be able to receive more. Because if the universe gave you things before you had cultivated a deep relationship with yourself by being alone, you would then think that that thing that is now in your life, whether it's partner, incredible friends, a career you always wish you had, that if that got taken away, or you retired, or someone died, or they left your life, you would say, I was only whole with that thing. And now that that thing is gone, I feel less than, I don't feel like I am a full version of myself. And you use it as a way to beat yourself up. And the universe is always trying to make you more empowered. And it does it through the experiences you have in your life. It does it through the feelings you're feeling, the thoughts you're thinking. And it does it by saying, you will have time when you will have less. And the less you have, and the relationship you have with less, will then become the greatest empowerment. That when we give you more, you won't use it as a reason to say, I am less than when I have this, because you already had the most empowered, you already were the most empowered whole version of yourself with very little. And so when things come into your life that are more, the empowerment you had with less becomes the empowerment you live your life no matter what comes and goes. And oftentimes, I think the step a lot of people skip when they're looking for partners is they think that if I search hard enough, if I go on dating apps enough, if I look and ask out every hot person that walks past me, that I will find the right person who can meet me. And the reality is, yes, put yourself out there. Yes, get to know people. But what actually attracts someone who can fully meet you is the relationship you have with you. And the universe is always there. It's always watching you. It's always holding and carrying you through every experience. And what would it be like to trust the universe that when I'm ready for a partner, the universe, which is also me, knows that I'm ready, and it brings the partner to me at the exact moment I could actually handle it. Because most of the time, if we don't take time to be discerning on who's right for us, who's not right for us, on setting healthy boundaries with people who don't quite meet us, and willing to say no to people who are maybe part of what we would hope for and part of not what we hope for. If we're not willing to set healthy boundaries, then when the right person comes into our life, we're never going to know if it's the right person or not, because we were never clear on who is the wrong person. And that's one of the things that a lot of people are unaware of, is that the more time I spend casually dating, the more time I live in relationships that don't have strong boundaries, or I give myself fully to people who aren't fully meeting me, or who I don't take the time to fully get to know, the more I lose discernment on who's right for me and who's not right for me. And the more I just say, every person I get to know as a friend, and I become very clear in who I let get close to me in physical intimacy, and who I don't let get close to me, the clarity moving through life with that choice point would create is you would become very aware of who's not quite going to be able to fully meet you, and who is fully going to be able to meet you. And if you attract a partner while not having strong boundaries, our ego lives on chaos and complication, and that relationship is going to be so easy and so simple, and it's going to feel like you've known them most likely your whole life. And that is going to freak out an ego that lives for complication and chaos. And reality is, casual dating is feeding an ego that lives on complication and chaos, because having sex with anyone who you feel attractive, or who you think is the right person for you, having sex with anyone who you think is attractive or who you haven't taken the time to get to know, actually just creates an energy of, I feed my ego whenever it's hungry, and it's hungry for more and more. It's hungry for more sex. It's hungry for more chaos and more complication. And we end up ruining friendships that could be incredible because we didn't have strong boundaries with them. And the more we become clear on, I just get to know people, and I allow myself to be alone to form the greatest depth and intimacy within myself before I lean into any type of partnership, and I make sure I get to know the person before I move past friends with them, the more we become clear on who's right and who's not right for us, and the more we will attract the right people in our life based on the energy of integrity and honesty we have with ourselves, that I'm not willing to settle for anything less than all that I deserve. And if it's not all that it could be, then it's just a friendship. And if we have that clarity, that is what will attract the most incredible romantic partners. That's what will give you the decisive and clarity on who is right for you and who is not right for you. And that is what makes the most incredibly empowered version of you, because the reality is, often we live in a society that craves for more and always wants to have more of something, but you only get to know yourself when there's less. And the less distractions you have with things around you, the more time you spend with you, and you can still go out and you can still get to know people, but the more time you take to get to know you, the more life becomes a journey of, everything is here to help me. The people I meet are here to support support me, and if they're not supportive, they're not meant to be in my life, and I'm clear in who is right and who is wrong for me, and that clarity makes my life rather easy, because the less clear boundaries I have, the more complication and chaos there's going to be in my relationships. So I hope that helps, and thank you for listening.